heart palpitating. My boobs in.
Ay. Ours is already on. It's okay.
Hi. But can you see everyone in that one?
That's okay though.
I think because ours is on airplane mode. Hello everyone. We want to welcome you and sorry that we are a little behind schedule. Welcome you to Candles and Conversation.
Hey.
Give me like 2 seconds. I have to change
Conversations.
this
We got Joshua, Johns. These are Ari's people, right? Ari's folks.
Hi y'all.
Rihanna,
My glasses on,
Sakina.
So I can't see. I don't got my glasses on, but hey y'all.
Hey, people. Yep, we got
Shay, you right there. Tell them who you are, girl.
Hey, I'm the girl that make all those t-shirts for Ari when she be posting on her debut BSB stuff.
She gonna say the girl. What's
the girl?
What is it called?
Wear your worship tees.
Thank you. What?
Hey, everybody. There's another lovely lady.
I was about
here.
to say now. Come on, red lip.
Can you see you?
Red lip.
That's Cheryl, bro.
I'm Cheryl, bro.
Right,
So we want to welcome you guys to Candles and Conversation. This is our first show.
Yay. Hi.
So I want to introduce everyone that is here since they kind of already introduced themselves. So we have Shavante Harris, who is the owner and creator of Wear Your Worship Tees.
Hey,
and
people.
we have
Hi.
Ari McKinney, who is creator of Black Sheep Beauty. And we have Miss Shobra, who is also an entrepreneur who is working on something amazing that will be birthed here soon. So
she smiled like that. She's like,
we actually have, and I didn't realize it when God gave me all three of these ladies, that they're all three entrepreneurs. So everybody at the table is an entrepreneur. So we will be touching that topic a little bit later. So we'll start from the beginning. Candles and Conversation. Candles and Conversation. I just want it to be like a relaxed environment where whether you're an entrepreneur, a mom, a dad, whoever you are, you're able to come, sit, talk, relax. If there's something that is in your spirit that you need to talk about, I just want you to feel like you're amongst friends. And it's just a time, just like a break in the week, something for you to be able to look forward to. So, Candles and Conversation was birthed in August, I believe it was. Mm-hmm. And I have been working this thing. Mm-hmm. So, Candles and Conversation was given to me. The Lord dropped it in my spirit in probably about 4 o'clock in the morning when we normally have our conversations. And when he first gave it to me, I did not receive it because it's out of my comfort zone. Then he dropped it in my spirit again and gave me more details about it. So I have been working it since then. And it was supposed to have been like 2 weeks ago. Mm-hmm. But we'll talk about our church too, because we all go to City of Joy. And I wanted to be in the spirit of excellence that the Lord gave me the vision. So we pushed it back a little bit so we can get some things in order. And so this is our first show. All right. So I will give a backdrop about Sweetly Created for You for those of you who may or may not know who I am, what my company is. I am owner and creator of Sweetly Created for You. We make handmade scent and soy candles. We have grown, so we make melts, We make sprays. We make car fresheners. We make room fresheners. We make candles, of course. Soap, lotion,
hand sanitizer.
Hand sanitizer.
Car freshener.
Car
Yeah.
freshener. Yep. and some.
When we have a lot of lines,
Next.
I tried to.
That's next.
What did you say?
Body wash.
shampoo.
Lotion.
I saw that. Yes. I want to be able to be like a one-stop shop. So if you don't want a candle, maybe you want a sanitizer, or maybe you need something for your car, maybe you need something for your room, maybe you need something to put in your Creator for You was birthed about 7 years ago. I was going through chemo. I had thyroid cancer and third stage colon cancer. So when I was doing chemo, I had got a book from the library, a DIY book on how to make candles. And I started from there, and I bought some product from this lady. She gave me like 2. The biggest thing. But that was the beginning. So, and then when I was fasting, the Lord gave me some stuff. And then after the fast, I just started just following the direction that He gave me. So, I reached out to this lady to create my logo, and she gave me 2 logos. She gave me my girl that I have, and then she gave me this logo that was kind of, she said, so it can fit in. Like if your candles are in Walmart, are not doing. So I wanted her to be animated. And so the guy that I reached out to, he created her body, and she talks. So this wonderful lady at our church who has an amazing voice blessed me, and she is the voice of my logo. And that's kind of how Sweetly Created for You started. So I sent these wonderful ladies some questions in reference to my business, because I want you guys just to me and my brand, and then we'll touch on some other topics. So one of the things I asked, and you guys, if you remember your answers, I already did a quick refresher.
Well, hey.
So one of the questions I asked was how long we've known each other. So I don't know if do you guys want me to read, or do you remember what you put?
I remember what I put.
I
It
remember
kind
what I
of
put.
came off the top of my head.
I just know I've known you since 1140 Townbridge now. How many years that is?
What, that's like 5.
Right, and that's what she put. About 5 years.
Yeah, that's what I said. I think I said
I
since
said
2013.
Yeah.
For me, that was Townbridge for me. So yeah.
So yeah, me and
2013.
I didn't, that was when I didn't talk and Brandy didn't talk.
So y'all clicked because y'all didn't talk?
No,
Oh.
we didn't click into the new location
Yeah.
when we grew.
Wow.
So and we started working at Allstate together. So I say it's been about 3 years because
Wow.
we've been almost 4 at the new location, I think. So I think when we were at Talmadge, we were both in our, I don't want to say in our struggle bus. We were just like, I don't want to make friends. She gonna make friends. She don't smile. I don't smile. So I think, working together definitely got us closer than the new location. So 3 years.
I would say 3 because I've been at Allstate for 3 years. Yeah, so about 3 years.
Yeah.
And we all met. Well, we met before Allstate at the church, but we all, like I said, we all go to the same church, City of Joy, which is awesome.
Yes, it is.
So, what else did I put? City of Joy. Oh, the first product you ever purchased.
Ooh. Girl, now that I don't know. I know it was a candle, but it was like, I feel like it was in those small little tin.
Yes.
Like with the little top, and it had the little sticker on the top.
My first candle I purchased was at Talmadge, and I bought one because I overheard her. I think her or somebody else. She was talking to somebody saying she sold candles, and I was like, "You sell candles?" And I was like, "Well, I like to." Card, and I was like, "How much?" It was like $20, and the candle was literally this big.
Yeah,
it was huge. I still have the jar, but there's probably about this much candle left in there, and I don't light it. But I remember
that's a long time.
It was huge. Like I still got some left, and I 2013. Yeah, like she said, she was giving some nice product away.
Yeah,
it was giving it away.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
and then they get frustrated. People don't buy it.
They end up quitting.
But a lot of people, even if you have whatever your business is, whether it's t-shirts, candles, Shell, what you're going into, medical field, like whatever you're doing, like it's so important to know who your marketing
target market.
Yep, you have to know who your target market is, because a lot of people, when I first started, I was like, everybody's my target market, but everybody isn't. Everybody might buy candles, but who are your candles specifically for? Who your shirt for? That type of thing. So it's so important. A lot of people, when they start a business and then want the proceeds to come right away.
And I think that kind of goes to why you're starting your business. Like, is it from God or is it because you want to do it? That's the biggest thing I learned.
What's your why?
Because, like, I know for me, Black Sheep Beauty came out of I can't even say came out of nowhere. Like, God had to stir it up, but y'all know how that started. But I wasn't thinking about doing apparel or anything, and then like once God like dropped it, it manifests in you and it becomes who you are. So I think people who get into a business just because they want to make some extra money or a quick buck, like that's not for you. Like being an entrepreneur is gonna literally, you gonna cry more than you. them proceeds ain't gonna roll in for some years. So you really gotta like, when you gotta lay everything you have on the line, like, and this is like, I eat, sleep, breathe, Black Sheep Beauty. Like you eat, sleep, breathe, where your worship sweetly created for you. Like, shit, you got some secrets, okay?
Okay. It's coming.
I just went to a class and it said, your business should be something that you can do without getting paid.
Yep.
It's something that you already are doing. It's something that you already love to do. Yep. And, you know, it seemed like real vague, but it's just, for me, it's breaking the curse of poverty in our community and giving another option of vocation besides the low end. You got the certified nursing assistants, you got the mechanics, but nobody is talking to our minds. We're smart, we analytical, we're rational, strategical, statistical. So why not use our minds for that? And so that's where my business is driving towards. To break that generational curse, so that everybody doesn't want to go to college. Right. So for those who want to come out of high school and have a vocation that will pay them more than $10 an hour, then that's huge. That's where I'm necessary. Driving legalities of what I'm dealing with. I have to make sure, that things are in order. Oh, and another thing I learned too. You have to have your bail team. You have to have your banker, your accountant, your what's the other one?
Bail, like BAIL.
BAIL. Your
bail.
Banker.
Okay, gotcha.
Your banker, your accountant, your Lord have mercy. What is the I?
And then it take off a whole nother way, and you providing this service. You don't know, you plan for a target market, but you never know, like, what comes, like, for me. I'm like, I'm doing my brand and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, people want custom shirts. And it's like, okay, well, Lord, whatever they want, I'm going to give it to the people, whatever they want. But for me, I'm staying true to what God put in me and not getting diverted to the left or to the right, because this is what, people are pulling for. But knowing that in the end, like, this is the vision that God gave me, and it's to bring Jesus, to know that worship is powerful and it's a weapon, and know that at the end of the day is to, bring the light of Christ through t-shirts. And that's, even if it's in my notes that I write to the people or whatever the case may be, it's bringing that light and staying true to Black Sheep Beauty, staying true to Sweetly Created for You, staying true to Wear Your Worship Tee, staying true to whatever thing you doing, just staying true to that thing.
I can't really say, cause
put stay true to that. That's why stay true to it. Stay true to it though, like staying true to your brand. Yeah, me too. I can't wait.
I'm honored just to hear about it, because then when it manifests, I'm gonna be like, I remember. I'll be like, look, give down a job. Give him a job.
You funny.
That's funny. Because you're right though, everybody don't want to go to college, or even like you might be like me, like I dropped out of college for a long time before I went back, and
A lot of people just don't want to build up that debt.
That's what's for me.
And that's what's killing.
That'll kick your butt.
Yeah.
What? I'm gonna be paying them student loans for a good next.
Yeah.
Well, actually, the Lord is gonna provide a way for all that debt to be gone. I speak debt freedom, but
Same grace.
Yeah.
but that what's on that balance right now. I'm like, Lord,
That's funny.
for real. 'Cause that's true though. And then you be young with that too, so you might you did what you supposed to do. You could have got straight. But I mean, if you don't get a scholarship or something like that, there's.
But you know,
Thousands.
sometimes people don't often go into their, like, they get a degree in social work and they're way over here working, doing communications or something. It's like, even that, for me, me and my husband talk about that a lot, like, not telling our kids, like, don't go to college, but really, like, I'm leaving the field open for you. This is what, like, there is a door for that open, but I'm not pushing for them to do that because I'm stepping into, I see entrepreneurship. And if there's something that God put in you, I would rather you work that thing out instead of going, like, of course, people want you to explore, but I feel like that's what they're doing from elementary all the way through high school. In college, you should already have, like, a vision of, like, this is where I'm going. But they always, college, you exploring and this, that. No, you explore now. Like, I need you to touch everything you want to touch now.
Because you done took 2 semesters in this.
I ain't did nothing. I know me. The first couple years, I'm like, I'm kicking it. I wasn't doing no work. I'm kicking it, wasting all this money, and I'm looking back like,
dropped out, went back to school for something completely different.
Listen, I did change a major, all that. Nope, I ain't got time for it. I just don't have time for it.
But we.
But you better say it.
8 days away, y'all. We 8 days away. We done. We
Come
done.
on.
Graduate.
Yes, Lord. Hard work, honey. Hard work. Get it. Get that thing. That's awesome. That is awesome.
That is amazing when you see God working. I think one thing that's just because when I first started, I was not going to church all the time. I was one of those bedside service things. Like,
bedside Baptist.
You might go to church today, you might not go. And then you just go into a church. It was nowhere near like where I am now. And then just walking. I'll switch over and say like how our relationship, why I picked these 3 ladies to be on my first show. I would say because this we're not the only, but 3 of the people that were very much a part end up getting rushed into emergency surgery by myself. Nobody was there, and I was literally scared to death. And when I say the Lord always puts a guardian angel around you. He
that's true.
He does.
We were busting them doors down.
Sure was.
War bread.
Wait, what?
I did because there was nobody in the room.
You just seen a figure.
And I just seen this figure sitting there. And I'm like, what? Like, I literally, and then I was like, what do you mean? And she was like, I can see your pulse at the side of your neck. And I'm like, I don't know. And she's like, how do you feel? And I was like, fine. And she was like, something's not right. So then she called the doctor. I swear, like, all these doctors came out of nowhere. And, like, they took the pillow off from under me. And then I see my daughter's face is like she's scared. And then I see Pam, she's crying. And then I'm just like, what is going on? And they were like, your pulse is too high. You know, your heartbeat, we have to get your heartbeat down. And I'm just like petrified. And that's when I was going into respiratory failure. And then I told her, I remember just thinking, and I was like, call Pastor. And so she called Pastor Maceo. And Pastor got on the phone, and I remember telling him, like, I'm scared. And he was like, I know you are. He was like, but I am going to pray for you and then get off the phone because I want you to allow them to do their job. And so he prayed with me over the phone. And then I just remember, like, everybody just moving so fast, like, just, it was just crazy. Like, what you see on the movies. Like, they were just moving pillows and trying to get my breathing and stuff. So I end up getting a ventilator. And then, I don't remember some of it because I was, like, heavily sedated. And then, so I remember waking up and I was in university in Cleveland. And I don't even remember the ride there. I don't remember any of that. And then when I woke up, I was at that hospital.
What's that hospital?
University.
Oh,
I don't know. Because they made you put on that whole gown when you went in. I was like, y'all, okay.
Yeah, but then
I had
attitude.
That hospital.
What was it? No, never mind.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna talk about it. Them people, ooh.
She said,
You want your witness to be tested? Them hospital people, I'm telling you.
She said,
Remember, Brittany that's when she couldn't talk, and she had to write down. She was like, I don't like the way she's talking to me. Me and Jamal looking at each other like, she said one more word.
Ooh.
They were. That's why you have to be mindful.
She was, because Brittany didn't know. Okay, so you know how usually you get instructions on your pain medicine.
Yeah,
so she had the clicker because she was in so much pain, but they were like in the middle of like transitioning and with her going into respiratory failure. She didn't know that she could push it whenever she wanted to. So the lady came in and was like, well, what's your pain level? And she was like, like a 7. She's like, why? She's like, why aren't you using the way she said it though was just so aggressive and was talking to her like she was slow. I was like, who is that?
Child.
Like she was like, I didn't know that I could. If I would have known I could push this, you think I want to be in pain? I would have. But I was like, Lord.
I digress.
I digress. Amen. Look at you walking miracle now. We done got past it. But.
Thank you, Jesus.
Can we go back a little bit? So when you were at, where was it? Western Reserve. What?
No, it wasn't a black figure. It was a figure. It was the nurse.
Which nurse?
Lord,
but when you woke up, you said you saw a black figure sitting in the floor.
No, I misspoke. It was a guy sitting in the floor. He wasn't sitting on the floor. He was sitting in a chair.
Well,
but he was sitting in the middle of the, like he was.
Yeah.
I came back here, and I was there for 53 days. And when I went there, I was in ICU for the beginning part, which I was on meds and stuff. And, but when I was in the university, that's when, I had to let go and allow God to work. Because I remember Pastor said, I don't need no audience. and then I end up having an infection in my body as well. So I had to have like these drains put in, which was so painful. Like who I am. So I need to spend some time with you. So I felt like he just picked me up out my life.
That's very sober.
And said, it's one-on-one time. So then when I was laying, like times when I was laying in the bed, like I had visitors I was truly blessed. I had visitors all the time. I had people inboxing, texting, asking, do I need anything? Like, so I never went without anything I needed. However, I need you. Like, I couldn't physically get down on my face, but that's where I was mentally. Like, wow. Lord, I need you. Wow. Like, I can't do this. I can't get well by myself. Like, I'm okay
she
with
hit me with that. I said, she said, all right, I need you to write down these ideas I have.
I said, all right, I need you. Can you bring me a notebook and a pen? All right, like, okay, whatever you want, I'll bring it. So she come bopping in the room.
Nothing. Like 0 lines.
Wow.
The name. I'm like,
wow.
I was like, Dad, what am I gonna do? He was like, you gonna write it. And I was like, you don't understand how I work that. Like this is not the process. Like, this is no line.
I know it was something that God gave me a love for, but though the words that come out of your mouth through the pain that you've walked through and the stuff that you've been through, it sets people free. And that's powerful. The fact, like, and that's why the word tells us, like, you know, we've overcome by the blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony. And that, where we learned about, like, your truth, your power is in your truth. Like, that's so real. Like, when you can tell your truth, nobody else can tell your story. Nobody else can say what Shelva been through.
Negative.
like not in a bad way.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
like some people will argue about it.
Yeah.
And I don't argue. I'm not gonna argue about it because I know what God has done for me, and I know what He has.
Trying to read your mouth and
Oh,
doing
I
such
remember
a
going
She was so
terrible.
frustrated.
I'm like, what?
I'm like, wait. I'm like, hold on, wait, Brandy. We gonna get this. Now say it again. She be
Man.
like, I'm like, I.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's
I'm
it.
I'm like, oh, forget it.
Because it reminds me, like my scar, of what the Lord brought me through. Because one of the posts I put up was
Lord have mercy.
the doctor, when I was in rehab, I was only in rehab for 4 days. But when I went to
I've been in the
rehab,
hospital for how many months?
Right.
3.
3 months. And
they
you was
wanted
in rehab
cover.
for
they were
4
like,
days.
"Is that your walker?" I said, "No, ma'am, that's not."
Is that
They were
right?
like, "Well, will you be going home with the?" No. Is
Why you want to go there? Because you gonna make
you
me
know
cry.
it's gonna go there.
I know. That's why.
Jesus.
How amazing he is he's just and I remember when I was in a hospital and I said when I did come to terms, even though I
It's like
I remember
somebody
talking
is
to
gonna take me to University Hospital. I recruited my aunt. I was
She
like,
sure did. Over right up there.
I want to go see Brandy. She's like, I do too. She's like, come on, let's go. So even seeing you and even that test, I'm gonna tell you, you the only person I have ever traveled like that for. I never did that. I ain't never had no friend go through nothing like this before.
Right, but I don't even think you understand what you did. Like Shell said, like for us, like watching you, like you literally, I was like, I remember I was sitting and I was crying when I first like found out, and Corey was like, "Why are you crying?" And I was like, "Brandy in the hospital," and I was like, "I'm legit scared." Like I would never.
I
have,
think that
She
that
was-
came to my mind was my
I was
daughter.
like, how? I'm looking at her like, how do you have? Where is this? Like,
Where does it
where
come
is it?
from?
Where did you tap into? Because it's like I was
That's some
really.
that's some peace that surpasses
That's what
all
I said. I
understanding
said,
type peace.
that's what I'm like, and I'm
Yeah.
like, we say that and we pray for that, but I'm
let me drive.
Come on.
That's
So
what
I
You already
sat
passing the seat
in
driving.
the passenger seat and I let him drive. And then when I did, that's when healing started. Like, that's when they was like, okay, well, we probably gonna be able to take 2 of your drains out. And it's just like, okay, like, that's when I started to see things happen. And they didn't happen overnight because I was still in the hospital for a while. But that's what it seemed like when things were back into his people. And so he had to use me to be able, you know how that goes.
Remember the doctor said, like, when you I forgot which hospital you was in, but he said he thought you had passed away because you had moved rooms or something. And it was like, even somebody that you don't know, like, his faith, you don't even know, like, that little, like, wait a minute, I literally, like, counted her out.
It was a nurse who thought she thought, so when the other nurse told her that I was up on a different floor, like, I wasn't, like, big-headed or anything, but I was like, Lord, you just working that thing, got that business is going, da-da-da. Yeah. And he was just like, boop. I'm gonna sit you out for a little while.
Time out.
And I had
bring
to
back together, coach.
What's crazy about me is,
right?
God is so, like, it blows my mind with you. Like, I just can't. So when I think about you and you was talking about your business, and we all, of course, want our business to do well. But I remember you wanting to work in the hospital. Like, I remember you. And I'm learning that. I'm like, I literally had to write in my planner, me time, school, and then this, and then this. And God is like, I'm not even on this list. Me?
Oh, I'm
like,
sorry.
What you gonna say on prayers before you go to bed? That's what you gonna do?
Okay.
some people may be like, I don't know what my purpose here on earth. Because my thought process is we are not supposed to just be here to struggle, pay bills, live paycheck to paycheck, not do nothing. That's not our purpose. So tell me how you figured out your purpose, or no, how you found your purpose, or how are you figuring out your purpose? Because some people may not know where to start. You have people, like when we went to our sister to sister thing, how people are just mentally, they don't know. And then now you have more people doing, committing suicide and just, trying to fit in or not fitting in, or they don't fit in with this, so they don't know what to do with themselves, or they're depressed, or they don't know what their purpose is. Well, I'm not creative. I can't do this. I can't do t-shirts. I can't do, poetry. I can't do candles. I can't do a medical business. What is my purpose? So what would
who I belong to, and once I learn I belong to God, that means I'm worth something. I don't care if don't nobody else feel like I'm worth nothing, I'm worth something to Him. Yep. So once that started to happen, I started to literally like pray, God, show me what you want me to purpose, or you don't know what it is, or you feel like you don't have one. Find out your worth through God. Let Him tell you how He sees you.
Down, and I'm like, I don't have anything to write down. Like, I don't know I don't know any of that. Like, I don't know what my destiny is. And I remember Shay saying, that class is just gonna change your life. It's just gonna. And I'm like, no, it's not, because I'm like, I don't know, and so I'm sick.
For people.
So, like, this is, you know what I'm saying, but you found something productive. So to like maybe another for somebody else who what you're going through at the time, like pain wise, hurt wise, a lot of that ends up being your purpose too. Like